chose Notre Dame because it's the best school in the country. I am a Shamrock Soldier.
I first met Jerry a few years ago when he came up to a summer camp. He was actually working with the offensive line, and he was by far the most athletic player on the field that day at the big power position. And he could play either offensive line, defensive line. Jerry is such a unique young man when you get to talking to him. And I say, man, I mean, he's still a young man right now. He has such great aspirations for himself. And he's a perfect fit. And he understood Notre Dame to a T when he got on this campus. He's going to be an exceptional player.
Great ball player. I just moved him into my top 100. Massive, 6'6" to 6'7", well over 300 Northwest Louisiana, becoming the area's defensive player of the year. And he wants to get a shot at defense, and Notre Dame's going to give it to him.
His size you can't beat. He's got tremendous feet. He's hard to knock off balance. And worst case scenario, they flip him over to offense. So he's a really important commitment. First of all, they're getting into Louisiana this year, which I think is important because there's a lot of Catholic schools in Louisiana, a lot of faith-based schools in Louisiana that kids should be looking at Notre Dame. And to get a kid like Tillery, who I think is going to be very good against the run. He's not a terrific pass rusher, but he's very strong at the point of attack. He can hold up that line, let those linebackers do what they need to do.
Jerry is again, one of the more unique specimens in this 2015 class because he's a huge kid. He's 6'6" plus. And at that size, man, the dude can really move. You watch him run, you watch him mirror players as an offensive lineman. The guy can do it as well as anyone. He has as good a feet in the country for a big kid as you're going to find.
When he presented to coach, I want to play defense, I watched his video, and I was floored at how good of a defensive lineman he is. He's so instinctive in what he does that, a lot of young kids coming out of high school, instinct is something that's really missing. They don't have a lot of experience playing the position, and Jerry played both ways and played both offense and defense, but Jerry uses his hands as well as any high school player that I've seen come from his senior year in high school into his freshman year playing college. I knew Jerry was a phenomenal athlete when he was just a sophomore. He came up here. And the other thing about Jerry, he's been on this campus probably 20 times. So one of his first times here, he came for a camp, and he was going against, as a sophomore, some of the best seniors in the country, guys that were going to be seniors, and he was going to be a sophomore, so he was a young baby. He made a defensive lineman made a move on him, an up and an under in a pass rush, and he was off balance. He was on his outside foot, and he stuck his inside leg out to catch the guy from going in and slowing him down. He rebalanced himself, got his body position down, and worked the player back inside. It was a freakish athletic move that you don't see a 6'6", 6'7", 295-pound or 300-pounder make. The interesting thing about Jerry, I had said it earlier, he's such a unique young man. He's probably, and I've only been here 5 years, so it's the first time I've seen it happen, and maybe in a long, long time, that a young man's come on this campus and he's asked to meet with the president, past president, Father Hesburgh, all the way to Muffet McGraw. These are people of influence to him that he's idolized, that he has questions for. He's an inquisitive young man. He gets life, and he's so unique in that.